Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of my Mortal Kombat Deception nasty analysis. If you didn't watch part 1, you are very bold to start a series on episode 2. Well anyways, I don't want to waste any time, I just want to get right into it, so let's continue where we left off from last time. Shujinko placed in the third of the 6 Kami Dogus on the Nexus pedestal, and opening the 4th portal, a purple portal, and there's only one realm that is known to be very purple, and that is Outworld. And as we arrive, Damashi, our avatar of guidance, shows up yet again to drop some more info that probably isn't important at all.
Who ruled Outworld before Shao Kahn?
A powerful military commander, Onaga, the Dragon King. In that age, Outworld was unified. Under Shao Kahn's rule, however, Outworld has become a dangerous and chaotic place. Be wary as you continue with your quest.
All Shujinko learns from this, though, is Shao Kahn is a dick and best to avoid him. And now we are free to roam the very purple Outworld, as it should be. We can find a lot of characters wandering around this world, like our old Master Bo Raicho for some reason, which you can fight again in a timed match, which was actually pretty easy with my boy Ermac. I also ran into Smoke, but fuck this fight. The gimmick for this fight is every few seconds the screen turns black, which sucks for you because you can't see obviously, but the CPU seems to not have any trouble at all. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Ah, Smokey. Smoke. Oh my god, fuck Smoke. Also, Blaze is here, who, if you know lore, he's the guy that pretty much ends the universe. And Shujinko has the quest to give his memories back, so Shujinko kinda causes Armageddon, in a way. A few ways actually, if you think about it. But anyways, another person I ran into is the exact person Damashi warned us about, Shao Kahn.
You dare approach Shao Kahn, Emperor of Outworld? You will pay dearly for your insolence.
He immediately doesn't like the cut of Shujinko's raggedy jib, and says if you don't locate his missing henchman, Reptile, he's going to curb stomp Shujinko's skull. So, better get to finding him. Reptile is located in the Living Forest, which is what it's called if you're not an MK fan. I know plants are already alive, but these trees have straight up faces, so I guess they're probably a little bit more alive than most trees. Once we find Reptile, who is looking like a human for the last time up until MK1,
You stand before Reptile, stranger. What is this you say? Shao Kahn demands my return? I lost his tribute somewhere in this forest. I must inform my master and beg for his mercy.
He informs us that he's missing the tribute that Shao Kahn really wanted, and then gets a little nervous with confrontation. How did you lose it? Reptile, how'd you lose it? I chase him around until stumbling on a village guarded by Melina.
Look at what we have here! Another straggler for Melina to sink her teeth into!
She says she was going to fight us, but instead we get thrusted into the 6th training session of the game. And so far, this is the character I hate playing the most. And another thing that is complete horseshit is we just skipped right over Havoc. After his training, we never got to play as him once. A character that is made just for this game specifically, and is probably the coolest character introduced in this game. Shit, we gotta play as Ashura more than Havoc. And not to say Ashura isn't cool at all, I mean, later on, especially in MK1, she's pretty cool, but this game, Havoc's a lot cooler. After completing Melina's session, she says she is impressed with our skills, and sends us to go kill an Outworld village leader in order to gain favor with Shao Kahn. And Shujinko just kind of agrees to do it. Fuck it.
This is a most uncomfortable position for me, but if it means the citizens will be spared, I will see what I can do.
And as I made my way over to this town, I made a shocking discovery. Liu Kang? What the hell?
I will talk to you later, my friend.
What? Yeah, don't know how this makes much sense, but guess we'll just ignore it. I also went ahead and talked to the leader to give him a heads up, and he ends up telling us about Seido, the realm of order, and maybe Shujinko can convince them to come to this realm and aid them. Shujinko says, aight. And the new mission is to go back to the Living Forest to look for the item Reptile dropped earlier. It must be pretty valuable, and we may be able to pay the Seido guardsman with it to help the village. However, when going back to the forest, I ran into another person who has already found the object.
What are you doing in the living forest?
Green Mommy Jade. which is a very popular character amongst the community for two big reasons. I liked her too, that is until I actually fought her. This is the point where the fight starts ramping up in difficulty. Jade was a complete pain in my ass, and it does not help that I'm playing as Melina, which for whatever reason, I'm completely donkey with. Oh my god, dude. Stop headbutting my coochie, you stupid bitch. Oh no, don't do it! And after many rounds of getting completely destroyed, I finally managed to pull out a win. I really don't want to play as Melina anymore. And whoa, the item is the Kami Dogu. Man, who would have thought? This is when Damashi shows up yet again, right on time to convince Shujinko not to use it to save the villagers, but instead to bring it back to the Nexus to aid in his quest.
Return the Outworld Kami Dogu to its rightful place in the Nexus and continue with your quest.
I will do as you ask, Damashi.
Shujinko is in fact the biggest pushover in the entire Mortal Kombat universe. Anyways, we make it back to the Nexus where after placing the 4th Kami Dogu, the next portal opens, this time leading to Seido, the Realm of Order, or just the Order Realm, the exact reverse opposite of the Chaos Realm. When first entering, Damashi even warned Shujinko of the implications of this realm.
I cannot stress enough that you must avoid any entanglements in their legal system.
Shujinko just kind of blows this off, doesn't think he has to worry about breaking any laws here.
I believe the likelihood of that happening is small, but I will heed your warning, Damashi.
You know, the same guy that robs houses and punches random people in the face. No, he could never break any laws. But this is our first look at the Order Realm, which, like the Chaos Realm, has gotten very little attention over the years. This is a very unique realm that almost resembles Earth Realm if it wasn't for the fact that everything is on a very thin platform floating in the sky. And when exploring around, this place seems to put off very strong liminal space vibes. There's no telling how long the platforms go on for, or how deep the void below even is. The whole place is very ominous. Even some of the structures seem to go on forever, and there are some garden type areas too. But for the most part, this entire realm seems to be made of concrete, I guess to really show off the vibe of the realm's strict and sturdiness. Even the people here are a little weird.
I told you all I know.
What? Bro, you didn't tell me shit! After exploring the realm for a while, I finally wanted to go meet the main man in charge, Hotaru. He might look a little familiar because we may have fought him like 5 times already, but don't worry, that wasn't actually him, just people that look like him. Shujinko wants him to help the Outworld village, and he actually does agree to help out, because he doesn't want Shao Kahn to have it. But before he can offer any of his support, we need to help him out a little bit.
Help me end this riot by defeating the leader of the resistance, and I will defend this overlord. I would think a champion of the gods could end this uprising with ease.
He explains how there's violent riots happening in the realm that he needs to take care of first, and we may help if we want to speed up the process. Of course Shujinko agrees, but if you're gonna fight for the guardsmen, we must be trained like one. This of course leads to Hotaru being character tutorial number 7. Now would be a good time to explain that Hotaru is another Deception introduced character, meant to be the foil to Havoc. Where Havoc is the embodiment of chaos, Hotaru is that of order. A lot of people have wanted to see this guy come back, and to be honest, I'm one of them. I think the idea behind him is cool, and his design is pretty badass, especially that armor, which looks insect-like, which goes with Hotaru, whose name in Japanese actually means firefly, which would be cool if they leaned more into that idea and concept. Because the thing about Hotaru that absolutely sucks is the man only has 2 special moves, while mostly everyone else has like 4. And they're the most generic special moves you can even think of. Fireball, that only shoots down, and a wannabe Liu Kang kick thing. If they bring this guy back, they definitely need to update his abilities, much like what they did with Ashura. Maybe give him the ability to throw like plasma shit resembling Firefly light, and maybe some other bug type stuff. Not to the level of Devora, though, fuck that chick. Maybe something to do with his armor, or using like mandible-like weapons or some shit. I don't know. Bottom line is using this dude right now kind of sucks. Am I better at using him than Melina though? Probably not. Once completing this segment, Hotaru tasks us with taking down the riot leader Darius. After running through this hilarious riot scene, I hear a lot of people cheering or chanting, but not seeing many people. We confront the man.
You have found your man. I am Darius. I look forward to resisting arrest.
And this fight, let me tell you, was something fierce. Can you not? Oh, dude! Oh my god, you know what? Oh my god, Darius, you fucking bald-headed bitch. Let me win once! Go ahead, do it, pussy. Go ahead, do it, pussy. This fight had me contemplating completing this game. A mixture of his AI being relentless, hitboxes acting janky as fuck, and me just sucking ass with Hotaru. All this combined to make this fight being the absolute low point of my entire playthrough so far. No! Dude! Oh my god, I hate Darius. I hate him. I hate Hotaru even more though. But after like an hour of getting my ass beat, I finally pulled off a miracle. No. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Finally! Once defeating Darius, I ran back to Hotaru to tell him the happy news. I killed the guy. Hotaru is very impressed and leaves to go to Outworld to fulfill his end of the arrangement. And we follow him straight there. Talking to him back at the camp reveals that he took the leadership of the camp for himself.
I have taken control of this city in the name of order, as we agreed. However, King Zafiro seemed not to recall that arrangement.
Which pisses Shao Kahn and all his forces off, resulting in a bunch of Tarkatan showing up when we leave the town. They take us back to Big Daddy Tarkatan Baraka.
I should allow my horde to rip you to pieces!
Who Shujinko starts to roast.
Yes, allow your soldiers to do what you are too frightened to do yourself.
What?
This culminates in a fight with us using Hotaru, which probably wouldn't have been as tough if we didn't have to use Hotaru. Luckily, defeating Baraka leads to a character tutorial, which usually I'm not a big fan of, not really excited, but this time it means hopefully I don't gotta play as Hotaru anymore, so fuck yeah. Plus Baraka is usually pretty easy to use and fun to play character in these games, especially MK1. I can't wait to start using him. This also got me thinking though, if Shujinko is learning all these moves and techniques from these fighters, how is he learning moves from Baraka? I mean, it's not like these are special techniques. I mean, Baraka was born with these fucking blades coming out of his arms. I don't think Shujinko can just grow those. I don't know. At the end of the match, Baraka allows Shujinko to leave the Tarkatan camp on the condition that he never returns to Outworld, which, buddy, I wish I could keep that promise. I quickly rushed back to the Nexus, planning to go back to the Order Realm to get its Kamidogu. However, Damashi shows up to tell us it's time for padding. Yeah, for some reason, Damashi shows up to tell Shujinko a Mortal Kombat tournament is going down, and he should join it.
You have absorbed the fighting styles of many great warriors. Now is your chance to fulfill your dream.
Thank you, Damashi. I will return to Earthrealm at once.
Now, from this story perspective, this kind of makes no sense, especially if you know what Damashi is all about. Why would he waste so much of Shujinko's time by telling him about this tournament, especially since he wants Shujinko to dedicate all his time to finding the Kamidogu? Shujinko obviously accepts this challenge, and we venture back to Earthrealm. While we're here, we make our way to find Shang Tsung and enter the tournament. But this makes me ponder, what tournament is this? I immediately thought that this was the one from MK1, the actual MK1, not new MK1, the first real Mortal Kombat game. See how that fucking name is confusing? Well, anyways, it can't be that tournament because, spoiler alert, another time jump is about to happen. And it's a long one. And the events would not match up. Because with how characters age, I can tell you MK6, which is this game, is not 50-ish years away from the first game. So maybe it's the tournament before the first one, since they take 50 years apart, which I guess kind of lines up. Probably the most likely answer, if not for the one minor detail. But we run into the blind swordsman Kinshi.
Now I have but one goal, to slay the sorcerer who blinded me. Doing so will free the consumed souls of my ancestors.
Who looks exactly like he does in MK Deadly Alliance, the game right before this one. The implications of this means that this timeline is most definitely fucked. Whatever, he tells us his tragic backstory. He's also looking for Shang Tsung, so makes an agreement with Shujinko to help him look. But he makes a mistake, like everybody else does in this game, of trusting Shujinko. Because just as soon as we run off, Shujinko ends up running into another character, Nightwolf. He explains that Shujinko's soul is tainted and needs to be purified.
I sense corruption in your soul, Shujinko. A spiritual contamination that I have never before perceived.
And Shujinko's like, oh shit, for real? Damn. And proceeds to accept Nightwolf's offer.
It will delay my quest, but I suppose I should take advantage of your offer.
Which of course is character tutorial number 9. This moment was a big moment for me. Not because I'm a particularly big fan of Nightwolf, but this is the moment I make a breakthrough and learn exactly what the hell I've been doing wrong this whole time. And why most of the time when I try to do special moves, they weren't working. Guess that makes sense. Gotta hold it. Is that what I've been doing wrong this whole time? I gotta hold it? Oh my god. I think... Are you fucking kidding me? Yep, I had to hold the button. Newbie shit, I know. But hey, that's the way I roll. Nightwolf truly did purge the darkness from my soul. Now, Shujinko can finally go participate in the tournament. Hopefully, they're still accepting participants. That training session only took like, what, 20 years? Yup, 20-ish years. Because Shujinko was around like 30 before. And now look at him. I would say he's like 50-ish. I mean, his hair is turning white now. And the best part about this, and by best, I mean the worst thing, 20 years of that shit, and Nightwolf didn't even cure Shujinko fully of his tainted soul. He pretty much just came to the conclusion that, you know what, you're gonna have to deal with it, Shujinko. Well, I guess it has been like 20-ish years, so I guess the tournament is off the table now. Oh wait, there's Shang Tsung. What's he doing here?
Greetings, stranger. I search for experienced fighters to take part in a competition. Do you know of any?
Well, I guess he's still taking participants. How long has he been waiting to start this thing? Which tournament is this one? This timeline is making my teeth hurt. My best guess is that the first tournament that we were going to was the one from the first game. And the one Shang Tsung is talking about now, after the time skip, is the one him and Quan Chi set up in Deadly Alliance. I don't think there's a 20-year difference between those games, but I could be wrong, strictly on the fact that Sub-Zero looks like a crusty old man in this one. Everyone else is the same, but living with ice powers might just do that to you. I don't know. Anyways, this interaction leads to Shujinko proving his abilities as Shang Tsung with a boss fight. And this is kind of a special fight, considering Shang Tsung isn't even on the roster. He's not in the game. You'd think it'd be cool, but no, man. This guy is a dick. Oh my god. Dude, just let me hit you. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude! What? You stop, no, please. Dude. What? This is another extremely challenging fight, which, spoiler alert, most fights are gonna be from here on out. We have to fight him with Nightwolf too, which means fuck Baraka, I guess. That's 2 characters so far I went through the tutorials for and actually wanted to use and play with, but never actually got to fight with. Both Havoc and Baraka did this. Kinda bullshit. Also, Shang Tsung changes his clothes before he fights with us for some reason. Whatever. Oh my gosh. Dude, I am so tired of this game. Defeating him makes Shang Tsung acknowledge Shujinko's power. Shujinko then acknowledges Kenshi to Shang Tsung, allowing him to enter the tournament, which goes along with this being the tournament in Deadly Alliance, which is where Kenshi makes his debut, but there's still some things that don't add up here, but we'll get a little bit more into it, I guess. Afterwards, I ran to tell Kenshi that it took years to find Shang Tsung, but I did, and it turns out Kenshi was right across the road from him. This leads to Kenshi thanking us, and offers to teach Shujinko how to fight with his eyes closed. Shujinko denies this. No, I'm just kidding. Of course he accepts. And you begin the 10th character tutorial of the game. And with that, also one of the longest combos in the game. Oh my god, dude. 1, 2, 3. Oh my.
You have done well.
Fortunately, Kenshi's a character I enjoy using, unlike the last 3 characters I've had to use. He's a lot like Ermac with telekinesis, which is another character I enjoyed using very much. I guess I just have a type. This character tutorial was by far my smoothest run yet. Shujinko is riding the high heels of life right now. He's mastered the technique of 10 fighters and can fight with his eyes closed. And with years of hard training, Shujinko's soul is relatively pure again. This is when Damashi shows up to tell Shujinko he doesn't like how pure Shujinko is, and he needs to go back and taint himself back up.
I suggest that you return to the Netherrealm. It will restore the impurities needed to enter the more accursed realms.
He also tells Shujinko to fuck that tournament he plans on going to, and get back out there to get the Kamidogus. Which, motherfucker, you told us to come here and participate. Granted, he probably didn't think it was going to take 20 years, but still, man. So yeah, this whole 20 years Shujinko spent here was just a whole waste of time. Especially since Damashi is telling us to go back to the Netherrealm to stink our soul back up, so we'll be able to get back into other realms to get the Kamidogu. Which, I have a few things to point out here. First of all, if Shujinko can still go to the Netherrealm, which is like the most corrupted realm of them all, shouldn't he be able to go to the other realms? Especially since the last two realms he needs the Kamidogus from are arguably the most pure and peaceful realms. Order Realm, and spoiler alert, I guess, Adenia, which is literally heaven. If anything, wouldn't corrupting our soul make it harder to get into these realms? Another thing is, if you want the Kamidogu so bad, Damashi, why waste even more time in the Netherrealm? There's nothing there for us. We already got the Kamidogu. My analysis of this suggests that Damashi is quite frankly brain dead. Shujinko is of course like,
Ah, really? Damn, that sucks. Okay, I'll go.
I will do as you ask.
Shujinko makes his way back to the Earthrealm portal, which is now randomly guarded by Raiden, which apparently isn't allowed to be used by mortals.
Begone. This portal is not for use by mortals.
Who are you?
A, why the fuck is it out in the open then? And B, where were you like 30 years ago, Raiden? You could have stopped Shujinko from going anywhere. Raiden shows up and he says this line, which is just perfect.
A champion of the Elder Gods would possess the might of 10 warriors and could fight with his eyes closed.
We in fact meet all of those very specific requirements. Cut the Raiden boss fight, which, yup, Shujinko wins. It's not clear how hard Raiden was going, but it's official. Shujinko defeated a god at combat. Raiden even believes he is the Elder Gods champion after this, and allows Shujinko to use the portal. But before we set off, Raiden makes sure to remind Shujinko of how much he was cucked by the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Your presence might be connected with the Mortal Kombat tournament here in Earthrealm. Have you come to aid us?
I did come.
Well, I made it back to the Nexus and prepare to go back to the Netherrealm. But that will be a good point to pick back up next time for the third and final installment of my nasty analysis series of Mortal Kombat Deception. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the series so far. And if you actually made it this far, I really appreciate it. I really do. If you do like what you see or have anything about this game you'd like to point out, let me know in the comments. Next video should be posted pretty soon after this one, so I guess until next time. And of course, I hope you guys have a nasty night and peace out.